Cristo and I get fucked on the women's fights, so we're just not going to break them down, bet on them, or anything like that. So we're going to skip into the first fight. It is Yadier Devale against Jordan Levitt. And guys, you don't have to wait any longer. The guy that has responded to Tennant, who talks to Tennant on a regular basis, is Yadier Deval. This guy is an absolute monster. I had the pleasure of watching this guy on his Dana White Contender Series debut. He is an absolute monster. He has great boxing combinations, but he is mainly a wrestler. Yadier Deval makes a name for himself coming forward, putting pressure on his opponents, backing them up into the clinch. He's got nasty knees and nasty elbows in the clinch. Yadier Duvall looks for trips, looks for single leg takedowns to get down to the ground where he can show his jiu-jitsu, which is very, very high level. But you also got to worry about Yadier Duvall's ground and pound and his short boxing combinations. I believe this guy is the truth at 145, and you will see the name Yadier Duvall in the ranked numbers shortly. Jordan Levitt, we know Jordan Levitt's kind of a jiu-jitsu nerd. He likes to play on his back. He has great, great subs. Other than that, his boxing's not great. Doesn't have fantastic actual double legs and wrestling shots in his arsenal, but his jiu-jitsu is world class. So he needs to, Yadier needs to stay safe. He needs to tuck his elbows in when he's on the ground with Jordan Levitt. But on the feet, Yadier Duvall is miles ahead with his boxing combinations, and I believe he is the better wrestler, not grappler, wrestler. Yadier Duvall, my play is Yadier Duvall by KO in this matchup. I think he's the truth in this division, and that is the guy who responds to me. So if you don't want to play that because you think I'm being biased, so be it. That is my pick, Yadier Duvall by KO. I'm extremely confident in him, and I really hope he catches that dub. Next fight, we got Jean-Paul Lebosiani against Phil Rowe. To keep it real with you guys, I also DM'd Jean-Paul Lebosiani, and he did not respond to me. Totally all right, man. You know, he got written down on my list of prospects that I believe are the future of their divisions. And I think he walks through Phil Rowe here. Jean-Paul Lebosiani is a wrestler, guys. He likes to come forward, he likes to shoot his shots. But we also saw on his Dana White Contender Series that high kick, which was absolutely insane on his opponent. Very, very nice striking with Jean-Paul Lebosiani. You know, his wrestling is where his work gets done, and we have not seen that yet. I want to see him shoot on Phil Rowe because Phil Rowe has great hands. Everybody seems to forget, oh, Phil Rowe's a bum. He's 11-6. He's got great hands. He's got great boxing combinations, and he's got great cardio. If John Paul Labosiani takes this guy easy and doesn't prepare and doesn't have the full 15 minutes of cardio, he's in trouble here. But in my opinion, John Paul Labosiani is too good in the wrestling, which will make Phil Rowe freeze up. He's just going to stand there on his feet, too scared to throw because he's too scared of overextending on his combinations to get taken down. I think John Paul can pick this guy apart. I think he can shoot great double leg takedowns and trips to get him down to the ground. And my official pick is Jean Paul Labosiani by submission in this matchup. Next fight, we got Ramiz Brahimaj against Punahele Soriano. Ramiz Brahimaj is a grappler, guys. He has great forward pressure, fantastic trips, fantastic shots, and he likes to stay on bottom and hunt for subs or get position on top and also hunt for subs. He is a very, very good jiu-jitsu practitioner, guys. Ramiz Brahimaj has 13 wins, 12 are by sub, 1 is by KO. Ramiz Brahimaj has a 100% finish rate, and I believe this fight is the exact same. Very, very close fight. Punahele Soriano is the better striker in this matchup, in my opinion, but he is not the better wrestler, in my opinion. I've seen people say, oh, he's the better full-on wrestler. He's the D3 All-American. Regardless, guys, Ramiz Brahimaj actually has real double leg takedowns. He has trips. He has creative ways in getting you to the ground and getting you in trouble. And Ramiz Brahimaj shows that in his fights when he has all these subs. In my opinion, Ramiz Brahimaj is going to be too good once this fight gets to the ground. I think he transitions into a submission. In my opinion, it could be a front choke like an arm triangle. So I am going to pick Ramiz Brahimaj by submission. Jocelyn Edwards will get back, but I'm not going to break that down. We're going to skip that. We got Alden Correa against Luis Gurul. Guys, I was big on Luis Gurul coming into the UFC, and he has not panned out so far. You know, I'm sad to say that. I thought this guy had the skills to really solidify his name in the UFC, but it just hasn't happened. On the other side, Alden Correa, I had no clue who this guy was when he came into the UFC and fought Alessandro Costa. But everybody knows who this guy is now. That was one of the most beautiful performances I've seen on short notice from a guy I've never heard of before. Alden Correa has very, very crisp boxing combinations. He has great leg kicks that can chop the tree, like I say. And I think he's going to be too fast here for Luis Garul. Garul, in my opinion, could have the better wrestling here if he really wants to go full Nurmagomedov on Alden Correa. I think he can, but I believe Alden Correa is too quick. He has too good of a footwork technique. He's got two good boxing combinations. So give me Alden Correa in this matchup by decision. Next fight, we got Ode, the no takedown defense bum Osborne against Alibi. I spin too much like a retard Idris. Ode Osborne, we know who this guy is. He is a phenomenal striker, but that's it. The guy can't defend takedowns if his life depended on it. If somebody said to this guy, your whole family's going to die if you can't stop this takedown, his whole family's fucking dying because this guy is the worst takedown defense I've ever seen in my life. Ode Osborne sucks at wrestling, but he is fantastic at striking. So if Alibi Idris wants to be his stupid self and he wants to spin 25 million times when he throws his strikes, then he's going to get fucking knocked out. But if Alibi Idris wants to wrestle and he wants to grapple and he wants to look for submissions, he's going to ragdoll Ode Osborne. This really comes down to what Alibi Idris does. Do you want to be that same fool who just got manhandled by Joseph Morales? Or do you want to solidify yourself in this division, in the 125 division, and catch a win and get it by sub? It's all up to you, Alibi. In my opinion, you have the tools to win this matchup, and I'm going to pick you because Ode Osborne's takedown defense is so fucking shit. Next fight, we got Chitty Bang Bang and Chokwani against Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal made a career for losing a fight. I've never really seen anybody do that. He looked great in that fight, and he should have won. I do agree with that, but that's all everyone talks about. He beats Alex Morono in his next fight. Anybody can beat Alex Morono. I could beat Alex Morono if I was fucking blind and had one hand. Alex Morono's a bum, and that's why he's cut. Anyways, Chitty Bang Bang is a very, very good fighter at range. Chitty Bang Bang likes to sit there at range and pick you apart. He does not like forward pressure coming in his face, and that's exactly who Carlos Leal is. He loves to march forward. He likes to come throw his huge combinations in his wide stance. The problem is here, he just got fucking sparked by a 40-year-old man named Muslim Salikov. Carlos Leal should be the pick here. He should be able to wrestle if he wants. He's the better wrestler, and Chidi Njokuani hates the forward pressure. 1+1 = 2 in my opinion. I think Carlos Leal, if he's not scared about getting KO'd again, he'll do his regular fighting style. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw big bombs, big hooks, and he's going to clinch along the fence to make this a dirty fight. And I think Chitty Bang Bang goes night-night. So give me Carlos Leal in this matchup. Next fight, we got the two worst fighters on the roster. I hate both these guys with all my guts and everything. Fuck both these guys. We got Zach Reese. Zach Reese is not a bad guy. I like his story. I think he's a good guy. You just don't like him as a fighter. He doesn't have good cardio. He's a jiu-jitsu nerd. He likes to play on the bottom and just do nothing. But I like the guy, so I'm rooting for him. And we're going to the guy who's lost me so much money that I want to go to his house and find his ex-wife and sleep with her. Because fuck Michel Pereira. Fuck him. He sucks. Losing against Fluffy, totally fine. That's valid. You then go and lose to Abus Magomedov. Abus Magomedov is fucking trash. Sucks. Whatever. Maybe it's one bad fight. You then lose to Kyle Dawkish on short notice in 30 seconds by KO. Michel Pereira, are you fucking shit? You're supposed to be this specimen at 185. The guy's built like a brick shithouse. He can move like a fucking pole dancer. But he wants to lose to fucking Kyle Dawkins and Abus Magomedov. The guy has no cardio, but he has everything else. But I haven't seen it the past couple of fights. I don't understand what Michel Pereira is doing here, and I can't pick him because I promised myself after that Kyle Dawkins performance, I will never pick this guy again. Should he win? 100% he should win. Zach Reese is not any good. But I probably am just going to go Zach Reese because I hate Michel Pereira. I haven't seen the real Michel Pereira I watched 3 years ago. This guy has been an absolute shell of himself. And I may flip this pick back to Michel Pereira if I get level-headed here. But right now, I'm going to choose Zach Reese because fuck Michel Pereira, and that guy can't win a fight for his life. Sorry for the rant, guys. That guy lost me some money before, and I fucking hate Michelle Pineda. Anyways, next fight, we got Jacoby Smith against Josiah Harrell. If you know the story of Josiah Harrell, this guy had brain problems. He needed brain surgery, and he got 4 more wins on the regional promotion to get back to his opportunity to go in the UFC. If you guys did not know, he was supposed to step up on short notice to fight Jack Della Maddalena, but failed his medical test because they saw something in his brain that was not supposed to be there. He had open head brain surgery, guys. It's recovered now. He's got a massive scar on his head, and he got 4 more wins in the regional promotion. Josiah Harrell is a wrestler, and so is Jacoby Smith. The problem is Jacoby Smith is a very, very good prospect that only lacks cardio. And Jacoby Smith is a better wrestler. So if Josiah Harrell is just a wrestler, which he is, Jacoby Smith should win. They both got that stocky build for 170. Jacoby Smith's just a better wrestler. He's more seasoned. I think Jacoby Smith gets this one done. But I'd love to see a Josiah Harrell win for that story that I read about. Is absolutely insane. And I hope this guy becomes something in the UFC if he's just in hard against Jacoby Smith this fight. Next fight, we got the Polar Bear, Sergey Spivak against Ante Delia. Sergey Spivak sucks. The guy's a big fart sound. Just picture what a fart sound smells like. Sounds like, sorry. Sergey Spivak sucks. This guy has looked absolutely crap against his recent opponents he's fought. Close fight against Waldo, sure. It was close. Got picked apart by Cyril Gahn. Sergey Spivak has not looked good here, to be honest. He's got no power in the hands, and his only path to victory is shooting clean double leg takedowns and getting trips. Will he be able to do that on Ante Delia? I don't know. This is Tom Aspinall's sparring partner. Ante Delia, arguably beat Waldo Cortez Acosta, and they called the fight back because there was an eye poke. He had a full-on adrenaline dump, and Ante Delia, the fight starts back up and he gets KO'd because all his adrenaline's gone. In this matchup, it's pretty simple, in my opinion. Delia's the boxer. He's just going to stay at range, box away Sergey Spivak, and he should be able to put him away. Once a takedown attempt gets stuffed by Ante Delia, this fight is over. This fight is completely over. Spivak's going to back up. He's going to give up. Delia's going to land one, and it's going to be lights out. Give me Ante Delia in this matchup. Next fight, we got Dan 50K Ige against Melk Costa. You guys know me. I love Melk Costa, man. The story's inspiring. I love his fighting style. He's all gas, no breaks. He has great subs, great boxing combinations. I love Melk Costa. But he's fighting against a seasoned vet here in Dan Ige. He's fought a lot of great guys in this division, and this is the gatekeeper of the 145 division. Dan Ige has good boxing combinations, solid wrestling, solid clinch work. He's just solid everywhere. But in my opinion, I believe he's going to have a problem with Mel Costa's forward pressure in the opening rounds. Mel Costa's going to put a pace on him. He's going to throw his 1-2 combinations. He's very good in the wrestling, in the takedowns, in the trips, in the jits. And I think Mel Costa beats Dan Ige. I don't know how. I believe it could be by decision because I believe Mel Costa's going to win those first 2 rounds. If you wanted to put a plus 3.5 on Dan Ige, I don't blame you at all. I like that bet as well. But in my opinion, if I have to pick a side, I'm going to pick Melk Costa in this matchup. Next fight, this is the co-main somehow. We got Jeff Hands of Steel Neal against Uros the Dr. Medic. Jeff Neal hasn't really won a fight in about 4 years. Jeff Neal's last win was Rafael Dos Santos after Dos Santos pops his knee out. Jeff Neal, I know he's fought fantastic competition, but the problem is he hasn't gotten a real win in 3 years. I want you guys to let that sink in, what I just said. 3 years of constantly losing, cutting weight, losing, cutting weight, losing, cutting weight. It is disheartening. And I believe Jeff Neal is done. Now, am I a big Earl Smetic guy? No, I don't think he's that good. I think his hands are good. Other than that, I don't think he's that good. This is going to be a striking matchup, and I think Earl Smetic could be the better striker. They're both very chinny. But Earl Smetic has the power in the hands to put out Jeff Neal, who just got absolutely flatlined by Carlos Prates. If I gotta pick someone here, I'm gonna pick the doctor. I'm gonna go Earl Smetic. I'm not confident in that pick whatsoever. I believe he's got the better boxing, and I believe he can find the chin of Jeff Neal in this matchup. Last but not least, we got Sean Strickland against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. It's a good matchup, guys. A fantastic matchup. And you need to understand, Sean Strickland has only lost to the best fighters at 185. He's lost to Chirikas. He's lost to Alex Pereira. That's it. That's all. His other losses come at 170. But he's fighting a guy who's on a 9-fight win streak in Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. But when you look at the guys he's beat, are they really that good? Roman Dolidze is a can, an absolute can. And then he goes to beat Brennan Allen. That guy's not bad. I'll give him that. It's a good win. That's not awful. He beats Roman Kopylov. Not a bad win. But I'm wondering, has this guy just been given a decently easy route to the top? I don't know. Fluffy Hernandez is a cardio demon. He loves to come forward pressure, shoot the takedowns, get on your back, drown you, make you suffer in the cage. He's on top of you, transitioning, boxing, dirty boxing, on top, ground and pound. Anthony Hernandez is a relentless dog when he fights, and he loves to go forward. Sean Strickland is the exact same, apart he's not the wrestler, he's the boxer. Sean Strickland's going to stand there. He's going to be in Anthony Hernandez's face, just trying to box the shit out of this guy, teep him up the middle to the soft stomach of Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. And guys, this is forward pressure versus forward pressure. This is a train crash waiting to happen. I don't know what's going to happen in this fight because one guy's going to have to take a step back or one guy's going to get put out extremely early. I don't know who it's going to be. In my opinion, I'm going to pick Anthony Fluffy Hernandez in this matchup. I just believe he has the better ways to win. It's hard to really say. I think these odds are ridiculous. Plus 230 for Sean Strickland. What are we talking about? This should be a plus 130, minus 150 fight. I think Anthony Hernandez gets the wrestling going. I think he gets Sean Strickland down, as we saw DDP take him down a bunch of times. I think he gets the wrestling going. I think Sean Strickland gets drowned. And I think Anthony Hernandez finds a ground and pound or a submission victory. Thank you guys. That is my card breakdown. Hope you guys learned something. My most confident picks are Yadier Deval. I like him a lot. I like Mel Costa a lot as well. I like Ansi Delia a lot as well. But I'm not really loving this card betting wise, if you know what I mean. But those guys, I am pretty confident. I think they get the dub. And I'll see you guys back next week. Peace.